Alright, so even though I've already ordered the helicoil kit, I decided to give something a shot that I have no idea whether or not it'll work. What I've done is I've taken a drill bit, I've drilled a hole through both of these. It goes all the way through. I went out for $12. I have purchased a speed out kit, and we are going to see if this is powerful enough to pull these out. If this works, this is going to save me a hell of a lot of time. Wow, that one's really fucking loose. I guess the drilling and the impacting, even though it didn't get it out, man, I guess it broke it loose enough that I was able to get it out. Let's see about the second one. Now, hell yeah. Look at that. Did I break the threads on the back? Nope, not on that one. That's a front. Nope, I didn't even cross the threads. These are perfectly good holes. Fuck yeah. Okay, so if any of you guys work on vehicles, get yourself a really good set of drill bits. Not like this one. These are garbage drill bits. Get yourself a good set of drill bits that are reliable. Let me show you a little issue with these. So I started with this size back here. That one in the back that I'm tapping. Started with that one, worked my way up. This drill bit right here, let me try and focus. Let me go into the light real quick. This drill bit right here, focus. Dude, this camera. There we go. It is snapped off. I put no force on this. This just exploded in this hole. Now, normally, if a piece of hardened steel breaks inside of a bolt that you're trying to extract, you're fucked. Because now there's a piece of drill bit in there, and you're not going to be able to drill through a drill bit with a drill bit. That just doesn't work. You'd have to take it to the machine shop. They'd have to get it with a diamond bit, because that's the only thing that's going to break apart this hardened steel. Now, to show you these are garbage drill bits, I went up to this size, and let's focus again. It slid in the chuck, and good hard drill bits, even if they slide, they will not form these big ridges on the surface. Like, you can see, it's not really focused, but you can see how big that ridge is and how deep that groove is. Good drill bits will not do that. They will just slide. They won't get damaged by the chuck of your drill. So these drill bits right here, absolute fucking garbage. Do not buy them. Get yourself a good set of drill bits. Do not buy these. Now, I'm going to grab a fastener. We're going to see if it threads into this hole. Look at that. Perfect. It threads in. It's nice and tight. I'm going to get to installing the exhaust because, boy, this has been a work in progress, and I want to be able to drive this motorcycle at some point. I'm going to crack on with that. I'll see you in a minute. Something I would like to warn you guys of real quick. When you're repairing a used motorcycle, be very careful about fasteners. This is an aftermarket exhaust, so it might be different from original. So given the bike is a Kawasaki, aka a metric bike, it will have metric fasteners. This is an M8 by 1.25. However, this aftermarket exhaust does not have those fasteners. They have these. These are 5/16 by 28, I believe. They don't actually say on there. 5/16 by 28. So these are very similar size screws if I hold them up. So you can cross thread one of these into this hole and it might work, but you're going to fuck up the threads. Just be careful of that. Get yourself a thread gauge and make sure you get the right fasteners. Just a heads up out there, because I had to take a couple trips to the hardware store to get the right ones. And even then I got stuck with a lock washer and a normal washer because they didn't have flange nuts in this size and stainless steel, which I need stainless steel because it's going to be in the rain and I don't really want to burn out zinc and poison myself. I'm going to finish installing this and we'll take a look. Alrighty, it's looking good. Hell yeah. Looks fantastic. Ignore all the little shiny spots like on the seat here and on the exhaust over here and down here. That is sweat from my arms. Other than the sweat, it's looking great, dude. I will say there is one spot that I kind of messed it up. That's right here. I hadn't gotten a bolt on it yet, and it slid down and it smacked the reservoir for the brake fluid. So I think what I'm going to do, not now and not for a while because it's humid, I'm going to get a paintbrush. I actually think this bottom part is, yeah, it was just something on there, but it is still a little messed up. I'm going to get a paintbrush and I'm going to spray some of the spray paint in a cup, and I'm just going to touch that up a little bit. Doesn't have to look super nice, but just the same color. And other than that, it's looking great. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Even if it's not 100% perfect, it's a hell of a lot better than it was before. Now, one more thing I'm going to do tonight is I am going to install, not the power commander, that's like an all-day sort of thing. I'm going to install these foot pegs. So, hold on. In the small box, there should just be adapters to go from the stock Kawasaki pegs to these pegs. I'm going to have to pull those out, but they look pretty beefy. And in this box are the actual pegs I'm going to run. So these are a lot wider, a lot narrower, and there's a lot more rubber on them, so hopefully the vibration from the road doesn't make my feet go numb. That is one thing that this bike will do with the stock pegs. If you ride on it for more than 2, 3, 4 hours, your feet will go numb because of the vibration coming from the road. Anyway, I'm going to get all these out of the packaging. I'm going to show you how it goes together, and we'll put them on the bike. Alright, here is how these work. These replace the stock adapters that are in the Kawasaki. I guess they're not adapters if they're stock, but the connection point between the bike and the peg, the part that swivels, because on cruisers the pegs are fairly low, so if you take a turn aggressively, these have to swivel out of the way. That way it doesn't lift your bike up and prevent your wheels from hitting the ground. The way this works is because it's flat and not round, obviously you don't want it to spin into a weird position. You can see the top of this is gnarled, the top of this is gnarled, and then there's a thread in there. So you select the angle you want on these two kind of mesh together like so. The knurling interlaps so it can't spin, and then you thread this long bolt in from the very side. It's hard to do this while looking at the camera. Yes, you thread it in, goes all the way out. It pulls these two pieces together, and then it can't spin anymore. I'm going to get to taking off the old pegs, and then we'll throw these on here and see how they are. Okay, on your pegs, the way they're held in, or at least this adapter piece, is one of these C-clamps. My worst nightmare. So what you really got to do, if you can, is get a pair of needle nose pliers in there and just pull on it. Alternatively, you could get a pick and kind of shove it in. Yeah, that's not going to happen with a phone in my hand, so I'm going to pull that out. So this is what one peg looks like. This is sort of the stack up. First you've got this clip. Now when you're taking these off, be very careful, because if you force it, there is a chance it'll break, but more importantly, there's a chance that it'll launch itself across the room and either never be seen or end up in your eye. So be very careful when you're taking these off. Maybe wear safety protection on your eyeballs. Then there's a pen. This pen interfaces with this clip and prevents it from sliding out. There are a couple reasons that screws should not be used here. The first reason is there's constant weight on this with your feet, and screws are a failure point when there's weight, because the threading acts as a perfect stress riser to break the screw. They're really good in tension, but not in like an axial force. Another reason is obviously it jiggles around and it can back itself out, and then you have no pegs, and that would not be a fun time. Second, there is this spring that sits in here. The peg is designed to bend up as you take a corner so that it doesn't cause issues with you sliding the bike. And to help it go back down, there is a spring, and then obviously there's the peg. Now we're going to be replacing this in two parts. We are going to have this piece right here, which we will then put our spring into, kind of like that. And then this will get the peg, or the pen and the clip. I'm going to go throw that on, then we'll throw a peg on, and we'll find an angle that works out. Alrighty. Check those out. Those are pretty sick. The springs and everything work, so they stay popped out. Now, in terms of angle, I'm going to start them at the angle that this pin goes through, and I'm going to adjust from there. They're pretty easy to adjust. You loosen this up like one turn, you rotate it, you tighten it, and it don't turn. I'll just throw the Allen key in the ammo case, adjust it until it feels comfortable, and keep it there. But that's all I got for right now. Only other box I currently have is a Power Commander. That's an all-day sort of situation, and I want to ride this bike tomorrow. So I think I'm going to make this a short little video. I hope you enjoyed. I really like that exhaust. Have a good one. Don't forget, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and if you absolutely hated it, go ahead and press that button. Have a good day.